Yesterday, Donald Trump did a town hall on Fox News with Sean Hannity, and Ron DeSantis did what was billed as a major interview with CNN's Jake Tapper. We will look at both, and we will start with Trump's Fox News town hall. This town hall was so bad. Trump looked so low energy, confused, getting basic facts wrong, that even his friend, he's my friend, as Nikki Haley has said, even his friend, Sean Hannity, tries to save Trump and he can't. Now, as a reminder, it really seems like the pressure criminally on Trump is getting to him. We learned that Jack Smith may soon be arresting Trump again. This would be the second federal arrest and third overall. And Trump is at this point up against the wall, proverbially, and left to make wild claims like that we are now a fully communist country under Joe Biden.
2024 is the most important election that we've ever had. And I used to say it with 2016, and I meant it 100%, but we're going into almost a communistic state, and I think maybe we're even there.
We are there. It is a fully communistic state under Joe Biden. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you look at record low unemployment numbers, wage growth, inflation declining, GDP growth, if you look at all those things, it's very difficult to make an empirical, evidence-based case that things are bad under Joe Biden. So you're left with nothing but saying, we're communists now. Anybody who knows about communism knows that we are very much not. But this is where we are. Trump so confused that Sean Hannity tried to correct Trump. Trump got his Biden conspiracy theories mixed up. And Hannity tries to correct him, and Trump just steamrolls right over him.
It was being protected, obviously. Cocaine in the White House, 10-day investigation. They literally interviewed nobody. Okay, investigation's over. Would that have happened in your White House?
Well, listen to this. Even you mentioned the beach home. Well, the beach home had all these documents in it, right? It was by the Corvette. They're on the floor, classified documents.
No, that's not the beach home. The beach home was another place they found.
This is also the beach home. And they had the Corvette, where they had the Corvette.
Yeah. Biden's like, I'm sorry, Hannity's like, I guess he's just going to talk over me. I'll just say yes.
And a tremendous amount of payment was made for that home by somebody to Joe Biden. And it was a big story for about one day, and then you don't hear about it anymore.
So, of course, Sean Hannity is correct. Donald Trump is confusing his Joe Biden conspiracy theories there. Biden trying to, Hannity, I don't know why I keep calling Hannity Biden. Hannity trying to save Trump on his Biden conspiracies. And he can't. Trump doesn't want to be saved. He's being thrown a life raft and he's pushing it away and pinching a hole in it. Hannity asks Trump, how would you get this economy turned around? Now, any sane person goes, what would we turn around? I can't think of any metric that's poor right now. Trump has no choice but to say, well, I would close the border. Really? Wow.
How quickly and what would you do to get this economy turned around?
It'll go so quickly. Number one, I'm closing that border like I had it. We had the best border.
This is a classic lie. The border was closed, then it was open under Biden, then he would close it again. But remember, the question was about the economy.
And by the way, I think you all agree. We want people to come into our country, but we want them to come in legally. We had a good system. They were taking tests. We want people that love our country, not people that want to blow up our shopping centers.
As you can tell, it is a crowd of cult sycophants. I wish one interviewer, I was going to say one journalist, but Hannity's not a journalist, and that's okay. I'm not a journalist either. People have different roles. I wish one journalist or commentator or interviewer, when Trump talks about turning the economy around, say to them, which economic metric would you improve upon? Well, I'd lower unemployment. Really? We're at full employment, essentially. Unemployment is lower than it's been essentially ever, and for a longer period that it's been that low ever. Well, I'd raise wages faster. Really? Because wages are going up about as fast as they've ever gone up. Get specifics, because this economic turnaround, what are you talking about? Which metric are you referring to? Trump then claims Mexico gave us billions of dollars of free soldiers while he was president, which is sort of like a way to back into Mexico paid for the wall, which of course they didn't.
Mexico gave us billions of of free soldiers, free of charge. You know, they came back into the room after saying, actually sort of laughing at me, how stupid a question this was. They said, you think we're not going to do that? I said, yes, you will. You'll do that. He said, we're not going to do that. And I said, well, we're putting a tariff on all of your products, including all the cars you just sold, because, you know, they have 32% of our car business left from Mexico. I said, we're going to put a tariff, 25%. It's going to go higher.
Right.
25%. Take in billions. He said, may I leave the room, please? Yes. He comes back 5 minutes later. We would be honored to give you 28,000.
This is a story Trump has told many, many times, and whether there is a shred of truth to it or none whatsoever remains unclear. But this is Trump pretending like he didn't fail on every major promise of his presidency. Incredibly, Trump is saying out loud, without even any shame at all, that he doesn't feel in any way bound to the agreements that the United States has made. In this clip, Trump is recounting, saying that he told NATO countries he wouldn't defend them from Russian aggression, which is Trump saying out loud he doesn't feel bound by the Article 5 mutual defense aspect of NATO. Countries have agreed to it. Countries have signed on to it. This is part of our agreement. We committed to doing it. Trump says, nah, I didn't feel bound by that. And he tells it like it's a big, strong man type story.
Why aren't they? I got hundreds of billions of dollars for these countries by asking. All I had to do was ask. I asked. They said, are you going to protect us from Russia? I said, are you delinquent? They said, let's assume we were. I said, I will not protect you from Russia. And then the money started pouring. We got hundreds of billions of dollars coming in, and they were very happy.
Does the crowd that cheers actually think Trump got the United States hundreds of billions of dollars? If Trump's story is even true in some broad sense, and the story is he felt there were countries not paying their fair share with regard to NATO, and that he went to them and he said, if you don't make more payments to NATO, the U.S. won't come to your aid if Russia attacks you. Even if we think that's true, and even if we think it's true that it induced some of those countries to start making those payments, and even if they made the payments, which were certainly not hundreds of billions of dollars, doesn't the crowd know that that's not money for the United States? Do they have any idea how any of the things Trump so cavalierly talks about work? I don't think that they do. But again, it is simply a cult crowd. This is exactly what they're there for. Sean Hannity bringing up Trump's claim that if he were president, he would end Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 24 hours and asks him how. Trump's explanation is beyond parody. Listen to this.
I would tell Putin, gotta settle. I would tell Zelensky, you gotta settle.
Gotta settle. That's the thing. If you call up Zelensky and you go, listen, sir, you must settle, he's not going to do it. But if you call up and you go, gotta settle, then they go, whoa, we got to settle this thing right away.
I would tell one, you're going to load up with money. I'd tell the other, you're not going to get any money. I would get a settlement in 24 hours. Now, it should have never happened. You have thousands, hundreds of thousands of dead people right now, hundreds of thousands. You have cities that are obliterated. I don't know if you've ever seen the cities after they finish with the rockets. You have cities with no buildings standing. It looks
All
like...
right. So the way we've been wondering for a long time, Trump insists 24 hours is all I would need to end Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In 24 hours like that, I would have it done. And we now learned what he would do is he would call Zelensky and he'd go, gotta settle. And then he'd call Putin and go, you gotta settle. And next thing you know, there will be no more invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Last clip from this, Trump again, just enamored with authoritarian strongman Chinese President Xi. He just loves the guy. He's so impressed.
I will tell you that. But think of President Xi, central casting, brilliant guy. You know, when I say he's brilliant, everyone says, oh, well, that's terrible. You call it. Well, he runs 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. Smart, brilliant, everything perfect. There's nobody in Hollywood like this guy.
Everything perfect in China. As you all know, when we say, what is really the home of the free on planet Earth 2023? We all think of China, particularly the Uyghurs, as we know. They're extraordinarily free, just so much freedom they can't take it in China right now. Scary stuff. Hannity tries to help him. The questions are softballs. The crowd is a sycophant cult crowd cheering their brains out without even knowing what on earth Trump is talking about. And he still horrifies the world with yet another unhinged town hall. I hope he's at the debate. Let's leave it there. Everybody loves a good bowl of instant ramen every once in a while. Hard to beat the convenience. Usually not the healthiest option. The taste is often very so-so. But that's only because you haven't tried Imi, which is a different kind of ramen. Our sponsor, Imi, makes ramen noodles you can actually feel good about. Low carb, only 5 net carbs, 18 grams of fiber for digestive and gut health, 22 grams of protein, so you're satisfied and fueled, which is not how you often feel after traditional instant ramen. The best part is it just tastes really great. The texture and the flavor are just like the ramen you're used to in the Japanese restaurants. It comes in 6 delicious flavors, all vegan, creamy chicken, spicy red miso, spicy beef. Imi is an awesome alternative when you need a quick snack. It'll keep you from reaching for the junk food. It's as easy as any instant ramen. You just pop it in the microwave. Go to imieats.com/Pacman and use code Pacman for $5 off. The link is down below.